Hey everybody, welcome back to my Eurovision React Review channel. So I need to check out the second rehearsals from semi-final 2. So this is the kind of 20 to 30 second snippet which gives us the camera angles and gives us a more truer flavour of what we're expecting from each country at Eurovision. I've just realised I could have styled my hair slightly better, but we're going with it. Anyway, so the last 2 days, obviously live, work, everything else means that I am slightly behind. I'm slightly behind everyone else. And I know Poland did their second rehearsal yesterday, and there were 1 or 2 people on Instagram who messaged me being like, have you seen it? I'm like, no, don't tell me anything. Because I got in quite late last night after, out having drinks with friends. So they did this in whereby not yesterday, the day before there were some, and then yesterday was the rest. But we do have them all now. So I'm going to be watching therefore 2 videos. And obviously as I'm watching them, I'm going to obviously be looking at them for the very first time. And yeah, kind of giving my first impressions, I guess, which is what I have been doing over the last few days on my YouTube channel. Okay, right. So let's check them out. Love you. Instead of breaking my heart. Back at the start. The pink and the green goes really well together. And actually, I watched the music video again 2 days ago because I made a comment in my first rehearsal being like, oh, they've utilised kind of imagery and ideas from the music video. And I was like, was that true? It was true. They have. I get set to love you. Get a break in my heart. Regardless of whether there is a backing vocal that is very evident, you can still hear his vocal come through, and his vocal is good. I know there was anxiety about his vocal coming into Liverpool. And look at, so he's utilising all parts of the stage. This is the first time I think I've seen the catwalk being used, or did Blanca from Spain use it? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think she did. And then we've got this circle. This is the first time I've evidently seen that, and you've got the images on the floor. This is looking very impressive. Breaking my heart. Very interesting. I didn't have Denmark as a qualifier after the first rehearsal, but I'm going to put a question mark over that. I don't want to keep going back to it because it's low-hanging fruit, but because Alessandra from Norway is starting semi-final 1, I'm going to say again, I'm surprised they didn't utilise more imagery. They've gone exclusively lighting, where it looks like Denmark has gone exclusively images, and I think images is looking far more effective. Right, Armenia. I hope it all comes naturally. Oh, baby. Okay. She looks absolutely stunning. There are 1 or 2 moments where I wasn't necessarily sure that the vocal was massively on point, but we know that she can sing live. I've seen multitude of videos on YouTube because this is Armenia is my second favourite song of this year. So I've seen a multitude of videos on YouTube of her singing live, so I have no doubt about that. I'm not sure I'm a lover of the fact that the images are being projected on her as well. And as a result, it doesn't look as polished as I thought it was going to. And now, let me go back actually, because now I'm seeing the colours. I'm not necessarily sure whether the colours actually fit with, for me, the sound of the song that I've grown to love. Unassigned, baby. Yeah, it's that bit of future lover. I'm not necessarily sure she hits that, but anyway, I'm sure she will do it next Thursday. My future love. The thing is, I absolutely love the projections on this raised white thing. But the fact that's being projected on her as well, I'm not necessarily sure that's coming across quite polished. And also, this is the start of the song, right? So visually, it is arresting in the first kind of 30 seconds, 1 minute. Is she just going to be on this the whole time? Because when it gets into the rap moment, I would want a little bit more movement, because it potentially could come across as quite static for 3 minutes just to see this image of her on this with different lights and effects. I'm hoping that's not the case. Be good, so good, look good. She looks amazing. Right, Romania. So it's pink this time because it was yellow last time. Nice. This vocal is good. There is nothing going on. There's nothing here. He looks very lonely. He's not necessarily being accompanied by anything, even staging, bless his heart. Vocally, though, on point. And what worries me is that's the 30 seconds that the delegation has picked, i.e. potentially the best 30 seconds. Regrettably, despite the fact that it's in my personal top 10 of this semi-final, I think we can safely say Romania's not going through, bless them. Right, Estonia. Wasn't hugely impressed with the first rehearsal from what we saw from it, neither the images, and as a result, got very scared this wasn't qualifying. Already she looks amazing though, so come on. Building up a world of bridges. That's effective. Interesting. I love this song, but moreover, I love the lyrics of this song. There's a lot of movement and obviously stage choreography, which kind of does zone out for me a little bit in regards to my connection with this song. But then I'd rather her do that than necessarily just stand there with the microphone. There's more movement there, and that worries me for Armenia. If she is just sitting on that box, I'm not sure necessarily that the projection of the colours is going to be effective enough or sufficient. Sorry, bottles. Sufficient enough. Well, that 30 seconds was an upgrade from what I saw from the first semi-final, so that's a positive thing. And she looks stunning. I remember. It's just that song, she's doing a lot of smiling. There's been times in the past, was it Jessica Anderson from Melody Festivalen? She sung a song about heartbreak and she was smiling the whole time. I have a bit of an issue when the facial expressions don't necessarily match the lyrics of the song, but she wrote this song, so for that, I'll give her a pass. Belgium. The world got me going crazy. I'll carry on. Fans, dancing, white, pink, black. It's all visually working for me. Because of you, I carry on. And what I quite like, actually, I realised this the other day when I was reflecting on this first rehearsal. The pinks, for me, bring the song a few years forward. I always said that for me, I thought he was going to revamp it, but that was stupid because he knew exactly the sound that he was going for the very beginning. This is unashamedly kind of 90s sounding, and so why would he change that? But I think the colour scheme brings it forward a few years. I actually love the white, pinks and blacks, and this is looking great, and vocally he's on point. Got me going crazy, I carry on. Leave me in the gutter. I think I read somewhere after the first rehearsal that they were quite apprehensive about how dark the staging was, but I think I think it works. I have no issue with it being dark. Survivor, you can take a broken heart. And he's hitting that vocal. Ooh, hold on a minute. He's not singing that. Naughty. I know, I absolutely know people are going to come in and say that the backing in the background is to support him. Fine, I don't mind. At the end of the day, we're allowed pre-recording backing vocals to support vocals. It's not supposed to support vocals. Right, that aside, love the staging. That's a safe qualifier for me, despite it not being in my personal top 10. What we're seeing there is quality in regards to the visuals. Power. And also Andrew, we're going to a vocal masterpiece. Every time she sings live, she is on point. Over me. It's a real shame. Like, don't get me wrong, she's an extremely charismatic performer and she's extremely engaging. But you know, I know Belgium is not a similar sounding song. I get that, but ultimately, something could have potentially been done here to fill that stage a little bit more. I kind of really want Iceland to go through. I think the quality of the song alone, I kind of want this one to go through. I think it deserves it. From what I'm seeing here, particularly the vocals, and like I said, she's an extremely dynamic and engaging performer. I wouldn't rule out... It's not like Romania where it would be a shock if it qualified. This wouldn't be a shock if this qualified, but it has a lot to do. But yeah, I like what she's wearing. I didn't necessarily get enough from the background actually in regards to the visuals, but just seeing her do her thing. Yeah, she's kind of consistent. I think that's probably the word. It's a tough call. I'm not necessarily saying it's a safe qualifier at this point. Oh no. How the hell was that the best 30 seconds of that song? And they picked the last 30 seconds. And I said, if that is qualifying, it's going to be based on the climax of that song, the final third. At one point, he got lost in the smoke. I'm glad I didn't see images of him projected in the background in his kind of Crocodile Dundee outfit. Yeah, that's not going through. I mean, look, I don't want to be horrible. It doesn't deserve to go through, but it might go through due to block voting, which I've been told to just be very mindful of in this semi-final with Balkan countries, Greece. Oh, Greece is a Balkan country. Cyprus. If it goes through, it doesn't deserve to go through from what I just saw there. Down, baby, down, down, down. Smile, Blanca. Missing out. Solo. Right, that needs to get sorted. At one point, I thought I had water in my eyes. That's obviously the effect. Do they need to complicate it like that? I guess they've gone for this kind of like Horizon summary vibe. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That didn't come across. What was it? Aveta from Armenia when they did that kind of projection of her, which was extremely effective. I'm so unbelievably happy Poland's coming after Greece from what I've just seen. And I mean, you know, if I want to be critical or shady about it, you could say that TVP, the Polish broadcaster, probably obviously has been aware of potentially the comments about her vocals, and as a result they're like, well, let's just shove everything on that stage, colours, backing dancers, pyro, just to, in case she has a bad vocal, just to obviously sidetrack people like me when I see like a magpie. I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, magpie. Yeah. Down, baby, down, down, down. Show ya. Is you're missing out. Solo. So they've gone for a real beachy theme. But like I said, we've seen so many images in this with the movement of the hands as well. And at some point I saw some birds. Yeah, it's a feast for the eyes. There is a lot going on. I just wish she looked like she was enjoying it a bit more. Big. Yeah, and also what I said about Cyprus, I knew this was going to happen. People say the same about Poland. She is being supported by a backing vocal, but that was always going to happen. That's not a surprise. This is, yeah, they need to sort that out because there's going to be a few people doing what I did where they're like, oh, hold me. Oh, no, that's the actual effect. It needs to be much more crisper. It's crispier. Yeah, crisp. It's far too blurry. Poland is a safe qualifier for me. Easy. Okay, so I don't know how much money's gone into that, but it doesn't seem quite a lot. But we knew that from the first rehearsal anyway. The whole point was about getting them together, and the majority of what we're going to be seeing in that song is the lead singer Boyan just engaging with the band, whereby that happens in Ireland, but they're so spread out that I'm assuming for the 3 minutes we're just going to be watching him walking. There's a crying baby, walking to the band members, where this is more intimate, and so the energy stays within that proximity. And I think I've read somewhere that there's going to be a lot of camera angles with him engaging with the audience as well. So the energy is very much up front, and that's what it's relying on. And it is supported by some colour, but visually, it doesn't seem expensive. But I think that's safe. Yeah, that's a safe qualifier for me. Right, Georgia, I didn't have this through, despite the fact pretty much it is evident that everything or the momentum is with it to qualify. But let's see what this looks like. Alone, getting alone. We'll be led away, we'll begin the day now. It's gonna secret. Do you know what? On a serious note, I'm watching that and I'm comparing that to Armenia. And I'm wondering whether Armenia should have done something similar in regards to the silhouettes that we're seeing. They're just utilising 2 LED screens, aren't they? And I don't know, they are very evident. And I don't know whether potentially more smoke will kind of put them more in the background. But for me, they're very upfront and vivid. I forget how good her vocal is, and I forget how dramatic the end of that song is. Clever 30 seconds to pick. I think it is obvious, Shane, isn't it? It is a safe qualifier from that. It's giving that ethnic vibe, which people pick up the phone for. The vocal and the drama at the end, people will be engaged with. I'm still not necessarily sold by the idea that they've decided to bring to Liverpool with the images. I thought that they would do more in regards to what happened in the music video by having actually backing dancers on stage. And when I saw that for the first time, I still can't remember her name. Greece 2019, was it? No, the same year as Fuego. Can't remember what it was. That looks better than that. And the Greece one, I can't remember it. Didn't qualify. It was a huge shock. But it was looking like it wasn't going to qualify because it just wasn't coming across on stage. But it looks like the camera angles and the smoke, it is all kind of working. But I'm not wowed. And I think there were times when people said Georgia was a dark horse for the win. I don't think it's a dark horse for the win from the staging. But the staging and the vocals and the melody of the song and the drama and the production should see that song through safely. So Georgia is a safe qualifier. Do you know what? I think whilst obviously it will annoy people, I am going to compare this to Slovenia. And I don't see why Slovenia couldn't have gone with the bringing the energy at the front, but also still having some element of visuals as well. Because San Marino went down that route, and I think it really has paid off. Turn me on. That dude could sing. Me on. Tell you what, I still think San Marino. Did I put San Marino through last time? No, I didn't. Put a question mark next to that. Visually looks great. Vocally on point. And the song's not that bad at all. It's San Marino at the end of the day. And I think any betting person or any kind of person who's predicting is more likely not to put San Marino through just through odds and reality and just... Yeah, history is the best indicator of predicting the future, and San Marino is always an uphill battle. Okay, let's see how this one comes across. Austria. 0, 0, died, 0, 0. Looks freaking amazing. Please to be funny. Oh. So in my body. Okay, do you want me to be critical? So, the energy of the song, this is at the end of the song, right? And the song is high energy from the beginning. But by the time you get to the end, you're like, bo, 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 bo. I'm surprised there's not any camera shots into the crowd, particularly with this song, because everyone is so familiar with this song. I'm assuming there will be camera shots into the crowd to kind of feed off that. But my issue is the speed of these two. Now, for the energy of the song and their movement, it doesn't connect for me. And I found it slightly... Because they're slowly walking to the front, despite the fact it's... Bo, 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 bo. But obviously you have to focus on the vocal. I do get that. But that's... This. But she's doing that because she's delivering a really decent vocal. It's just a slight disconnect. But that aside, I'm being overly critical because this is one of, I wouldn't say favourites to win, but it's one of the top 10 songs of this year, using multitude of criteria to justify that statement. It's amazing. I was always worried about the fact, would this come across quite gimmicky? And even from the first rehearsal, it was very evident, no, it does come across quite classy. And the line between gimmicky and classy is small. All I have to say is, the movement of them then didn't quite connect with me with the song, because by the time I get to this part of the song, I'm going for it, and I almost want to get that energy from them, and I didn't. But yeah, safe qualifier. Safe. Do ya, do ya, do ya, do ya. Ooh, yeah. Do ya, do ya, do ya, do ya. Oh my gosh, that looks so unbelievably good. So if you're a follower of my channel, you know this is like one of my favorite songs this year. Like, it's in my top 10. I think it's like 7th, or it was 7th the last time I did it. I'm absolutely obsessed with this song. Everyone, well, that's not true, Shane. Not everyone. Lots of people have ruled this out completely. They don't like the song. Moreover, they find the family a distraction. They find certain family members serving amateur, but the camera angles were all perfect. Obviously, it's Sasha. She's not stupid. Albania have got her again. She knows what she's doing. She knows that, yeah, basically, let's just zoom in on the lead singer and do flash moments with the family. But there's so many effective pan shots with the silhouette of the 6 of them. We're not necessarily seeing the brother looking awkward. That, I want to see that again. Albina's a star. And I actually think it's now coming together, whereby having the family there is working, because it's working with obviously the pyro as well. I was going to say something, but I forgot. And every single family member does not look awkward. And the styling as well. Every one of these people. Are we missing someone? No, Shane. Styling is fantastic. Do ya? Do ya? Do ya? Do ya? Do? That is one of the best. That is one of the best 30 seconds that I've seen in this semi-final. So I said Austria is safe. Albania is safe. So who have I got as safe? Denmark, Belgium. I have put Denmark as safe. Denmark, Belgium, Cyprus, Poland, Slovenia, Georgia, Austria, Albania. Oh, Lithuania. Heart is beating. I absolutely love the colour scheme. I didn't know whether they were going to do a pyro rain effect then, but I guess why would you when you've got that stunning imagery in the background? Because this does have an ethnic twinge and it's coming after Albania, I hadn't really thought about what that actually meant in regards to whether that would have an impact on Monica. But I just think I connect with this on a spiritual level, and I just think enough people will to see this through. I'm putting this as a safe qualifier, and I absolutely love the colour scheme. Let's go back. I'm now wondering, do Albania and Lithuania cancel each other out? I really hope not, because I want both of these girls through. Well, girl and family, girl and backing singers. Just stay. Alright. Oh. Everything's alright. I think because this is finishing and they're seasoned professionals, They're zooming out onto the crowd. That would make total sense because no doubt the crowd are going to go crazy. And that's going to elevate the imagery of that moment. Okay, I've just realised something quite dramatic. Denmark, Belgium, Cyprus, Poland, Slovenia, Georgia, Austria, Albania, Lithuania, Australia. Do you know who I've not put through? Armenia. I don't feel comfortable with that. Because have I put in any ballads? Have I put in any ballads? No. Well, Albania and Lithuania are ballads, but in a different kind of tempo. If Armenia goes through, because I think it deserves to, who's my 10th? And as a result, can I just say it breaks my heart that I'm not saying Estonia with certainty and that I'm not having a debate with Estonia. From what I've just seen, I don't want to be like controversial and say Georgia or Armenia. I don't think necessarily from what I saw Slovenia is safe. I think the borderlines from what I just think Albania looks amazing. I know people don't like the song, but I'm only interacting with Euro fans. I'm not interacting with casual viewers. And when I played the songs to my friends when I had a preview party, they quite liked Albania. I'm not. There's something about Denmark that makes me think it is safe. It did look quite polished. If Armenia goes through, it will be at the expense of either Georgia or Slovenia, because I think they're borderline for me. But what do I know? What the hell do I know? But yeah, those are my thoughts. Right, that took a longer chunk of time than I thought it was going to. But nonetheless, massively enjoyed that. And I'm glad... I'm glad that I'm somewhat caught up. So yeah, those are my thoughts, but please let me know what you think. Everything I say, obviously, I'm not a professional, I'm not an expert. Please don't get offended by what I say. Like, at the end of the day, Estonia is one of my favourite songs this year. Like, of course I want it to go through, but I'm just kind of talking about what I'm seeing. And similar with Armenia, I wish they picked another 30 seconds. They picked a weird 30 seconds, and as a result, it just makes me have some question marks over it. But that is it. Right, okay, so I'm going to edit this video, put it on my channel, and then hopefully they will release the second rehearsal of the automatic qualifiers. Okay, yeah, so if you are still here and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do click the notification button so you're informed if and when I post videos. And yeah, until next time, stay safe.